Bigbossjock, episode 92 of the radio show, day 146 of the protest. This will be the last broadcast. First of day, Monday, kicking off a new week, staying with the same beat, being out here every afternoon, 2 hours. Each work day protesting, on a sign that says I was sodomized by former director Comey inside this field office right in California. It's quite humiliating being the sexual assault victim. You can see and you people know this ain't gonna go away. Agents of the F.B.I. I'm looking up at the 3rd floor. Well, it's interesting. He's just going to leave me out here, huh? 5 months. They figure because I won't be able to do anything with the proper authorities, not taking proper action. I mean, this is their... Well, it's their problem because it involves them. I'm accusing directly. And I have been. Federal agent, Skeen, Jackson, Reed, sexual abuse, home invasion, abuse of federal identity to carry out that home invasion, and they were given authority. They would be able to get out. U.S. national security, that's what they invoked. They were on special assignment, living next door to me in Iquitos, Peru, while they kept a warrant for my arrest. And it's very difficult, but I'll stay patient. As I mentioned before, John, he's who I call Dad, and I still call that. The house that we lived in for many years, his parents had in the 60s, he has now. And I lived there off and on all my life. Well, we're not going to be able to live there anymore. And it's all by design. They put spores so I couldn't grow anymore. Cooked up at the dam. Sprinkled them. And I remember now on the lemon bush, right before they drive away. And every year the lemons grow with it looks like pollution from the air, and it makes it dirty on the indents on the lemons. But it's not, it's a black mold. And it got on the leaves, it got on the figs, those leaves, the fig leaves, the nectarines, the oranges. That's an orange. Peaches. All of them. There's others. Low quad, apricot. There's no more cherries. Oh, I like those cherries. There used to be cherry trees. Different kinds, I can't remember. One's an and something. And it's two, yeah. One's real dark red and the other ones aren't. Delicious. Kind of cherry tree if I ever get out of this situation someday. Yeah, I'm gonna plant an orchard. Really nice. Depends on what latitude. Will depend on the fruit trees that I use to plant the orchard. Esa sería la última emisión a Jordi. Día 146. De protesta. Maestro Dios aquí entró a mí, ayudándome línea por línea. Yo digo gracias a Maestro Dios. New dude. Muslims, Buddhists, Christians, all in one group. because they, by faith, have a lot in common. The techniques in which they use, who they believe in. The techniques vary. Where they're placing their faith is the same. And that's our one only God, our one only Creator. And it's time that those religions, Sunni, Shia, what I can say to you is you need to think about this. Who's fueling that is MK Ultra. When you have Yankee government knowing the difference between a Sunni and a Shia and mention it often, and at the same time calling you, referring to your group as ists and hissin, well, you must realize that you're being used, and it's to keep you divided. You need to learn how to get over your yesteryear feud and come together, keeping your very dad in your cultures, but instead of having that as a divide, make that commonality and finding what's in common instead of pointing out what's leads to the fight, the divide, the difference. Good afternoon. That was the last transmission, highlighting the differences. Look for the commonalities. I was letting a protester walk by. Good afternoon. That's what I said. Getting back with the radio show. Then some more. This is the last transmission. Today, 7th of August, 17. To the Fed agents listening, you have yourselves a real fine afternoon and the rest of the day tomorrow before I arrive. I mean, the beginning, because I'll be here in the afternoon to do the same, to say goodbye. I'll be back tomorrow. And everyone can understand why they're going to stay up there and do this once more. I mean, you can understand, right? They're the aggressor, the perpetrator of the crime. I mean, if there was an investigation, the use of straight pins in a man's eyeballs, into a man's eyeballs, that's me, the man, hooked up to electroshock, along with through my scrotum, and that would be passing all the way through my testicle, and out the other side of my scrotum, and then hooked up a alligator clip to the pin, and zapped again. That would be considered a crime, I do believe. Those Geneva Accords. And I do believe that would be considered a crime, but there's no investigation. So I do this another day. Another day of protesting out here in front of the F.B.I. coming to an end. After a short weekend and another week kicking off. This is the Bigbossjock. For today, before I do sign off, I'd like to give thanks to our one only God, Father in heaven, Allah. He's who helps me do these rhymes, and I do say thank you. Bigbossjock signing off. Soy yo, el gran jefe. Contra mí, nuestro único Dios. Nuestro Señor, Él es quien me ayuda a hacer esa rima. Yo digo gracias a nuestro único Dios, nuestro Señor, por acompañarme, a ayudarme a hacer esa rima. Otro día. Un lunes, empezando otra semana. Ya llegando a su final, otro episodio. Yo esperando para cruzar la pista de doble vía le importa. 5 meses. Mi hermano ha agarrado. Es lo mismo letreros. Y yo digo plural, letreros. Los mismos. There we go. Ellos podrían saber si hablé correctamente su idioma. Yo. Por lo menos yo entiendo. Tengo mi dejo. Pero yo creo en el final del día, al final de esa rima, parte de la rima, porque nunca termina la rima, ustedes pueden entenderme. Nunca termina. Se termina porque es reflexivo y termina. ¿Qué? ¿Lo mismo? No. ¿A ello mismo? Es la rima. Fernando fuera. Pensando en voz alto. Caminando. Con la rima. Pensando en grammar. Bigbossjock, el gran jefe, firmando fuera. Hasta mañana, sintonía. Eso fue la última emisión para hoy día. El día 146 de protesta. Casi medio año. 5 meses. Voy a cumplir esa semana de estar ahí al frente. 5 meses. Casi 100 programas. Que yo tengo, well, la protesta tiene. Yo no tengo. Bigbossjock, gran jefe, Fernando fuera.